Dumb ways to die.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Is that a baton in your pocket, or you just happy to see me? Is that a baton in your pocket, or you just happy to see me?
Do it.
Dumb ways to die.
Ain't nobody got time for that. And his name is John C.
Holy crap, you all went psycho for the sound alerts today. Hi everybody, hope you're all very, very well. Hope you're all good. Couple of quick thank yous. Broken Wolf, thank you so much for the resub. Thank you, mate, I really appreciate it. Moosey, thank you so much for the raid. I massively appreciate it. All you people that come over from Moosey's channel, I hope you had a great stream. Well, thank you for the resub, mate. Moose, thank you for stopping by. And thank you for sending in your wonderful community. I hugely appreciate it, buddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Fox fan. Hey, Spectre. Barkman, nice to see you.
Disgusting!
Benny Hill here? Benny? Benny Hill? Benny? Anyone seen Benny Hill? Don't like him not to be there. I know, really, really sad. Ozzy Osbourne has left us. The ripe old age of 76. Do you know what? For the amount of stuff he pumped into him and the cracking life I bet he had doing it, he did well to make it to 76, didn't he? I mean, wow. Yeah, he did well. But no, it is. It's really, really sad. Your missus is a huge fan as well, so no, it is sad. Our merger went strangely well. Lovely. Apart from the fact that they merged all your SLBs. Bet that was irritating. So a couple of people really, really mad. Oh, is he 79? Sorry, I thought I saw 76. Well, what's a 6 apart from an upside down 9? Screen Muppet. Would that be Gonzo or Ziggy or... Sorry, I was just moving a couple of random things about. Good evening all. Hope you're all very, very well. Good evening. I quite liked my name of my show though. Flashbang fail. I really need one of those buttons. If anybody's got a really good sound alert for the old Family Fortunes failure, give me a shout. Send it to me so I can plug it in. My Roadcaster, that'd be lovely. I reckon, ooh, the free node. Run. Okay, good afternoon all. He was 76. I thought he was 76. Oh, Tibbs said an STFC video with all the CCs representing his Muppets would be awesome. That would be so cool. Let's go and listen to a DJ set of nothing but terrorcore. I'm not quite sure what that means. Could be a musical genre. Music's not my bag at all. Don't know anything about that. Morning, Dark. Thank you for the first time chat. Welcome on in. Thank you. Thank you. Roku, thank you for the follow again. Must be the 50th time you've done that. I don't even know how way off it is there. Little crossover maybe to a Lego version. Zek, thank you for the resub with Prime, dude. Thank you. Now then, Duke. I'm doing really well, mate. I'm doing really, really well. Thank you very much. We'll see what we've got to do in game today. Will Floyd 25 stream streak. That's incredible. Thank you. 25 stream streak. That must be like what? For me, that's probably about 5 years, right?
Do it.
Something like that. 1.5 years now. Oh my. I know. Madness. Scopoly employees as Minecraft characters. Good idea. Good shout. Good evening. Okay, so we've got a fair bit to talk about. You know me, I don't really enjoy a waffle. I know I waffle on quite a bit, but I don't really enjoy waffling. So we'll just dive straight in and we'll start chatting about things. We'll take a look at some events. I've not done anything really since the game came back up today. I did my collections and stuff. Oh, we've got that stupid mirror event again. Ugh. How irritating. I don't enjoy going to mirror anymore because I don't drastically need speed ups anymore, and I don't drastically need, well, I don't need reputation at all. So that's irritating. Who is Steve? Echo. Okay, right. Let's dive in. How dare they make you progress your account? I know. You always need speed. I know I always need speed. And to be fair, I did the event yesterday and I think I got 7. It was a really good run actually. All you do is talk. I know, Max, I know. But I try and keep it somewhat game related. Oh, that sounds really loud. That background music sounds really, really loud. Hang on. That sounds better. Where are you getting speed ups? I'm out of G6 trip. Yeah, see, I'm not at that stage yet. I mean, you all saw I built my ship. I've been tiering up as I go. I'm at the point now where probably by the time, because I'm not going to do anything now until next arc. Obviously, when we get the new officer to see what the spends events and bits and pieces are. So I don't really need any more. I don't really need Trit at the moment. I know I will always need it. I know I'll need so much more. But I've got enough. I'll be going to my tier 8 Crenshaw a month in. Not disappointed with that. Now 3 straight days. Nobody got time for that. Was it 3 days? I missed an event. I messed up. I missed an event on the Ferengi thing, which has really, really bugged me. But I mean, I'll just fail the overflow, right? And there's no de-sealing rods in it, so I'm not totally bothered. I mean, I'm not happy about it, but I'm not totally bothered about it. Whoever on the Q&A blame the players. I mean, I'm going to talk about the Flashpoint events. I want to get some feedback from people. I want to know everybody that. I want some more opinions. I'm happy to bring people on stage for a little bit. Do a little bit if people want to come and give ideas. And if we get some good ideas, then I'll put them to the team. I'll tell you what I think we should be doing with it. I think they'll all be gone now. I won't even be able to see them now. No. Has FCC.Pro still got the... Because there's a few fundamental flaws with it, and we know that. It was 76. I was right. Server activity, not general population. Absolutely. Absolutely. Totally agree with that. Oh, we've had 100 messages already in the chat. Thank you, people. Thank you. Let me just pull up STFC.Pro a second. I think I have it as... Yeah, I've still got the WTF one. Okay, let's dive in here. Oh, we got somebody finally hit 10 billion power in the game. I know. 100 messages, 85 viewers. Sounds legit. Well, but people have been saying more. No, well, no, because it counts on both. It counts on both streams. We've got 105 across both. 105 across both. Tell me, but I wanted to look at the Flashpoint stuff. I wanted to see where people got to. So the top server managed 63%. Chrono, you here? You are here. Marvellous. Chrono, do you know what I would love to see? I would love if you could just really quickly... Mr. Lahi, thank you very, very much for the resub with Prime. You're absolute legend. And Zek, I don't know if I said thank you to you, but thank you so much for your resub with Prime as well. Appreciate it. I'd like to see an average, because it'll be very, very low. I want to see the average percentage completion of Milestone 3. How easy is that for you to pull it out and do it? Thank you. I just want to see what the average completion of Milestone 3 was. I love the fact that you can hover over and see what the actual exact scores were.
Hey, Lube.
Hi, dude. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing all right.
Good.
So are you saying that even after all of this rigmarole from week 1 to week 2 and all of the machinations of pulling it down, putting it back up and all of that, that we still came out with the same exact ending, that no alliance finished the third stage and most alliances got to the third stage, just like last time?
Correct. Nothing changed.
Okay. Okay,
Nothing changed.
that's what I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. And do you know what? I've got something that I think would sort it. Some people have said flip the events around. I don't think that does a great deal. I don't think that really, really matters. The milestones need reducing drastically. Do you know what? Do you know what needs to go? And I think it's a really simple fix, and I think it will solve a lot of the issues. I think they need to cut IMS and SMS number 2. Hear me out.
I can understand that. I can understand that.
So, stage 1, let's say your milestone was 100,000. Let's say, and your milestone 2 was 3 or 4x that. It was roughly that number, wasn't it? So this is basically like a 5x SMS. Make it a 2x SMS. Keep the SLB in there. You've got to keep the damage SLB in there for the hostiles. You've got to do that. Because what that does is that forces people who have completed milestone 2 and milestone 1, it gives them incentive to continue to grind. And continue to grind for the SLB rewards, make them brilliant. It allows them to carry, in a true sense of the word, it allows them to carry their server better. Allows them to carry their server better and make up for some of the slackwarts or the people that are busy. Do you know what I mean? People that it's Thursday to Sunday, people that have got family time that aren't going to be there, that might have time to do a couple of the SMSs, kill some hostiles, and they need some help from other people. Not everybody's able to commit 4 days to an event in a game. Get that. Cut milestone 2. And then what you also haven't got, because one of the big abhorrent issues is that some people, the heavy grinders, were finishing stage 1, finishing stage 2 after a day, in the first day, in hours even in JP, in the first day, easy. I don't think you need to start with mining. I don't think you need to do that. I don't think the order is the issue. The order is just not the problem, and you need to go and kill the hostiles to get the directives, which is where my next fundamental flaw comes in. Yeah? So, the fundamental flaw being that there is a chance to get 0 directives. One chest should give you 1 set of directives, and there should be a chance at rare. Yeah? Should be a chance at rare. You pull 2 chests, you're guaranteed 2 sets of rare directives, and a chance at epic. That's the way that bundle needs to work. It has to work like that. Okay? Directives have to have a minimum amount. Exactly. So, and I think those 2 changes, get rid of milestone 2, even if it means buffing milestone 1 a little bit. Making the directives guaranteed. Guaranteed 1 pull is 1 set of rare directives. Guaranteed. you could pull that 3 or 4 times and reduce milestone 3's requirements. Because milestone 3 has been set up in a sense of that people will finish stage 1, stage 2 and continue to grind and not do any armadas at all. Because the issue with this, with the technology that they're using, which they're proud that they've been able to create, and I think can work in certain scenarios, the issue with the chain technology is that until milestones 2's finished, even if I've finished my first 2 SMSs and I've got 10, 12 sets of directives, I could go and run all of those and help myself selfishly towards SMSs and SLBs. They count for nothing for the server, for the IMS. So we need to get people to the stage where Armada directives are helping their server faster. So we do that by cutting the stage 2 SMS. We need to ensure that there is limited leakage of directive spend. The way to do that is to get people to stage 3 faster. So
okay, I have a different suggestion.
Go on.
The armadas do not show up and do not spawn and aren't available to run until your server gets done with milestone 2.
I love it. Sounds like a technical nightmare.
Probably. I mean, the easiest solution across the board here is allow scoring for all 3 of the events simultaneously, but you don't get the rewards until you unlock all of them. Because I want to know if it's possible, and I'm sure it's not, but how many players finished their stage 3 SMS individual, right? And then also how many of those points were done before their server was on to stage 3?
That's my argument.
Yeah.
So even though that the milestones have been designed around server age, which is stupid in itself. It should be around population. Even though they've been designed around server age, which I think is ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. Absolutely. Just madness. Absolutely madness. The amount of... I bet you most of the servers that finished stage 2, I bet a decent proportion of those would have finished stage 3 had all the directives that had been spent on that server actually been spent while the stage 3 was live.
Yeah, just in my bracket on my server, the top 15 at least in the SLB for damage against the armadas, all of those points were already scored before we even got to stage 3 for our server. We didn't get to stage 3 for our server until about 2 hours into the last day, and we only scored about 2,000 points out of 12,000 we needed.
Yeah,
and I guarantee you, I know most of the players in my leaderboard, and I know how they play, and I know exactly when they played them. Right, like
thanks,
we probably would have been at like 7 or 8. Hell, we may have even completed it if we would have been scoring. If everybody got their scores
from minute 1. Yeah. Now, have we ever had an event that's been scoring without being active? Because what I'm trying to do here is trying to... Oh, sorry, go on. Give me an example, because I can't think of one off the top of my head. Go on.
Boldly Go. You can score for day 5.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant example. Fantastic.
And not only that, but the first week they ran this damn thing, they had Boldly Go running at the same time. And so you had one event that allowed you to score for future events that hadn't popped yet, and you could see your progression. At the same time, they were running the same event that you couldn't do that.
Amazing.
How confusing.
Brilliant. Yeah. Cliff, well done. Glyph, Breaker, all the people that have said it, Crucible, Puts made a really good point. Hello to everybody over on YouTube. All you beautiful YouTubians that are watching over there, thank you for doing that. Would you do me a favour and just smash the like button for me? There's 34 of you over there. That would be lovely if you could just smash the like button while you're there at some point. That would be nice. It just helps push the stream out at the end. If I can ask a favour. And if you're not, please subscribe to it. Please subscribe to the channel. That's massive as well. But I'm looking at this, and where we're going to be designing this, where this needs to happen, it needs to be from this number. Jesus Christ, have you seen server 711? It's got 4,200 players. Oh my word. By caramba.
A couple years ago, or when Chronox first started bringing out and really doing the WTF website or space or whatever it is now, there was a server, and I want to say it was like 17 or 18 or something like that.
Yeah.
That had 20,000 players on it.
Wasn't that Truck and Chick server? Didn't she have a really big one? She always had the biggest server, Milestone, didn't she?
But it was also like they had 20,000 players, but like 80% of them were Ops 20 and below.
Yeah, it's mad.
Or something like that. Yeah.
So, I mean, we look at this, and the fact that the IMSs, the scores are based on server age, it is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. The most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. But to base it on server age. It's stupid. This data is including, obviously, Chronos is just saying it's anybody that's 5+, Ops 5+, and all below Ops 5 is not counted as an active player. So it's giving us a pretty accurate picture. And these are the numbers that it needs to work out. See, oh look, we're quite high in population now. We've still got 3,000 active players in our server. It feels like it as well. Feels like it's got really busy. But I just think that these events could be decent. But you know the other thing? You're going to laugh at me here. Why are we even bothered about doing it? What are people seeing in the rewards? Other than the completionist element of wanting to finish everything. What are people seeing that's making them go, I need to engage in this. I want to engage in this.
I don't know. I got the only thing I wanted. I got Jordy's visor.
Love Jordy's visor, but you can get that free to play grindable now in the Transgen loop anyway.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying, like,
no, I agree.
The
Quizzle's got
this
one.
whole like, yeah. But with the Flashpoint, I really don't see. I don't see the reward.
Yeah, me neither. Now, one thing I will tell you, I don't know if this was ever communicated, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I think it will have been communicated. I don't think I'm going to be spoiling anything here. How many events, how many IMSs form the Flashpoint event? How many IMSs is there?
4, right?
Okay.
I'm misunderstanding your question.
Yeah, no, you are misunderstanding. I'm asking it on purpose. There's 5.
Yeah. There's 5. Okay.
Completing 4 unlocks another one. Which
you'll never see.
Okay. The 4 unlocks another one, which apparently is the big one. I mean,
That's so funny.
Yeah, and Chizzy said there could be more than 5, but I'm saying there's 4 plus the hidden ones. Do you know what I mean? So it just goes on and on and on as part of it. It's massive. It's not server age. Compare server 84 to 86 in population averages, and then look at the milestone. So you found a differential, because the way it's always okay. Let's test this. So Chaos is saying 84 and 86. Let's take a look at the age of this, because it will.
Chronox did it. Chronox did a graph, and it did definitely show that there were 3 bunches of servers, and they were all based on their age. But then there was about 10 to 20% of the servers that would be considered outliers for some reason.
So predominantly, if we was going to say how does it work, we would say it's based on server age with an asterisk saying that with a few anomalies. So this is what I wanted. This is what Chrono's made. This is what I want him to say. So this is the average completion by region of Milestone 3. The average. I'm not looking at the outliers. I'm not looking at the top performer, best in class. Look at that. The average completion. The US are the slackers here. Their average completion is 15.7. Now, the reason that they look like slackers is because they've also got more new servers. Okay, which be realistic. I'm only joking. But if we say an average of 16%, a 15, a 16, and a 17, an average of about 16% completion of stage 3. That's awful. Awful. And that's why we know we need to do it. Yeah? So that's why these things need changing. And I think we can change this for the better. And I think you can make it work. But it comes back to that fundamental question that I've just asked. Juicy baby. It comes back to the fundamental question of why. Now, Quazel said, what's the one thing that you care about getting from the store? Fleet preset, right?
At the price, and you only get one.
That's it. That's the
until
crux.
you can have at least two, right? I don't think one really matters.
You're making the point I'm making perfectly. Without 2, fleet presets are useless. It's exactly the point that I wanted to say. It's useless. One thing, do you know one thing that I do like? I like the fact that there's building parts in there. Like that. I like the fact that there is decent, and I'm going to say decent. It's probably the best. It is probably the best sourcing of a free-to-play basis for premium dust for those that really care about that. Do you know what I mean? The premium dust from the chests is decent, but fleet presets, and trust me, they've heard our feedback on this and they understand. One preset is useless. Absolutely useless. Zendia, thank you for the resub with Prime. Thank you. And 753 Scorpio, thank you so much for the follow. Hugely appreciated, buddy. Welcome on in. It's fleet presets. But having one is borderline useless, as Putz just said. Borderline absolutely useless. They are going to be a fantastic... Well, they are a fantastic QOL feature. They are amazing. I'm fortunate enough to have played with it, to try and break it, to use it in a few different scenarios. I've played with it. It's tremendous. It's brilliant.
Can we call it a quality of life feature if they are also selling it?
No. It's a feature. It's not a QOL. It's a feature.
Right.
It is a feature. It's a paid, at the moment, it's a paid feature. I was trying to bring back the Flash... Savage is saying... How much you want to... Rev's saying it's meh. It's not meh. It's great. It's great. Just to be... I don't do arenas sometimes because I can't be bothered to sit and change all my ships around. I can't... In incursions, I change 1 or 2 ships and I don't do it. I like it. I like it. I think it's good. And that's your opinion. And that's fine. I like it. I think it's good. But I don't like it because I can't use it. And it's useless unless you've got 2. Pants. Rubbish. Pointless. What did Cappy say? They should have given everyone 1 fleet preset and let us want more. Yeah, but still, 1's useless. 1 is pointless. Because what if I do it by accident? What if I accidentally do it? What if I'm playing about... What tier is my Crenshaw? So my Crenshaw is currently 2 components away from tier 2. So you're saying artifacts in general are pointless. So why are you upgrading artifacts? I don't see how they're relevant. Oh, I agree, Juicy. There's more things that they could do as features that make the game better. I don't disagree with you, mate. Don't disagree with you. For the follow, Valiant. 1 isn't useless if you want to have an arena set up and mix everything else around during the week. Decreases the barrier to me to doing arenas. I get that, but you've still got to go through that rigmarole of putting them all back again after the window. Bit annoying. Bit annoying. But you know what I mean. Without the ability for me to go from where I am now, because let's be honest, I reckon that 1, 2, these 5 docks that I've got at the back here never change crew. They never change crew. I never even rotate. I never move anything. In fact, I lie. Sometimes, when I can be bothered, even though it makes virtually 0 difference to me anymore, I will swap the officer who's on the bridge of this ship to the correct one for the material that I'm mining. If I can remember, I'll sometimes do it. But these 5 never change. It doesn't matter. Stoney Dude, thank you for the resub with Prime, mate. 5 months. Really appreciate it. I don't get the relevance. I don't want to feel like I'm just batting it off. I don't get the relevance when you're talking about artifacts. artifacts are incremental sourcing that improve some area of a game. I don't understand really how that works.
Disgusting!
I don't understand really where you're getting the correlation between the two from. If you can explain it, I'll debate it with you. More than happy to do that. So the fact that I don't ever change these 5, but if I wanted to play arenas, even if I had one preset, I would change them all to it. Or incursions, I'd change them all to it. I'd have to go back and do it all again. And I couldn't even tell you what crews are on these. I mean, some of them like this. That's my crew on this dock. Syndicate 59, 1 slot, Event Store, 1 slot. Correct. Null's just made a point that you get one at Syndicate 59. Correct. I was capped out. I was at Syndicate 55 when the Syndicate expansion happened this month. I've managed since the start of this month, so what we in now? 2 weeks, 14 days. I'm still 13 million away from 56, and then I've got to finish 57, 58. Be able to get there. I've got ages to go. That's Lou, free to play bashing Doc. He runs his Crenshaw with that crew. No, I don't. No, I really don't. I'm a very, very weak 70. Very, very weak now. What did Tapper just say? The issue from the saving of 450k from the event store for me is the opportunity cost not to upgrade the building. Yeah, absolutely. The key to that, and I said this last stream, I said this on week 1. You've got to remember that flashpoints are nothing to do with the Transgen loop. You've got to sort of look at them independently. Do they cross systems? Yes. Is it a similar mechanic? Yes. It's the same space. You've got to look at them as 2 totally different things. Flashpoint is an event. Transgen is a 365 loop. A loop that's always there for you to be able to do it. You just got to look at it a little bit different.
Now, Lube, if they want to continue this store for the next 6 months and allow us to earn more credits and buy additional fleet presets, then that might be, you get 2 or 3 in 6 months, while buying other stuff.
Do you know what?
I can
get behind that. We need somebody to unlock 1 to see if it disappears, or whether it's a continual sourcing path, don't we?
Yeah,
has anybody unlocked 1?
But don't you get the loot from the Flashpoint stuff? So aren't we not getting all the loot we can?
Loot for what?
Where I forget. Where does this store's loot come from?
For the flashpoints.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. We haven't done. No server has gotten to, the 4th mile, the 4th stage
to get the big bulks. Yeah. To get the big bulks of stuff.
So,
yeah.
Is anybody this month? Is anybody gonna get to 450k?
Who knows? We don't know what's going to come in milestone 4+, do we? We ain't got a clue. It's peanut butter, too many new features and having a hard time separating the loops. I agree. You've just got to look at it. All that's been introduced this time is 1 loop with 5 parts. If you want to call that 5 loops, call that 5 loops. Don't care. The Transgen loop and flashpoints. You've got to look at them separate, because the Transgen in itself needs tweaks. And again, I talked about these a lot last week. The Transgen loop needs tweaks. Mainly, I'm thinking of abandoning the game. Scorpio's made the game worse with the latest updates. Meanwhile, we have materials from the first box story arc in our... Wow, you've been about for a long time then. They said it would last 4 months. Flashpoints is planning to be a 6-month thing. Now, it can't fail for 6 months. The game would be dead. It can't continue like this. It needs tweaking. It needs loads. Shitman Transgen 1,000 times faster than anything else. That'd be nice, Rev. But I'd believe it if I saw it. I think you're going to be... I mean, we have no clue. We have no clue yet, do we? The issue that we've got is people need to separate the 2 things out, because both of them have fundamental flaws. Both of them have fundamental flaws. And I know. I thought that, Rev. The Pribes next month will fix it. Everyone needs to just check. Yeah, everyone can just pay to fix it next month. Yeah, exactly. Sorted. But the Transgen loop itself, that has, I mean, that for me doesn't actually have an issue. I don't have any problem with anything in Transgen. I'm not a standard case. I appreciate that. I've got good ships with great mining lasers, and I'm at the top of my generation. Somebody sat at up 60. I imagine, Rev, I don't know if you've gone 61 yet, mate. I ain't caught a STFC stream for a while.
What do you want to know about 60? I'm there.
I would imagine that you're not struggling to do any of the loop.
No, but I'm not consistently double pulling, and I am fastidiously hunting OPC like it's my job. I mean, I built a 58 miner because of this, and it's now mining, 2 times better than my Max Nova.
Right.
But even at 40 minutes and my building at level 21, I mean, I'd have to make 2 trips on everything.
For a single or for a double?
For a single.
Okay.
But I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not complaining. I'm okay with that because I think if they introduce hazard resistance for sub G6, it is just going to clutter and make those nodes standing room only. There's not enough nodes, and even the big miners at in G6 don't mine fast enough to get OPC to knock them off fast enough to. It's just going to be a big queue. The Brits will love it. It will be a big queue waiting for mining nodes.
Yeah, and do you know what? Since apart from day one, and I think one other time for the last 2 weeks, I have not struggled. Oh, Texas guy, thank you for gifting a sub to Archer. Thank you, I really appreciate that. I've not had an issue getting a node of any rarity in G6, and we do have a fair few G6 players on the server. I know we're not the biggest. She says I'm down to under 20 minutes per rare Transgen mine. I'm not. The upper echelons of each generation shouldn't be struggling with this. If you are, you've gone far too fast. You've gone far too quick to get to where you need to be. And don't move generations. If you care about this, yeah, if you care about the Transgen loop, yeah, if you care about it at all, it's another reason not to jump a generation if you want to play with it. Now, Mimi made a point earlier, which I can totally get behind based on what you can see today. 6 months' time, yeah, 6 months' time, when everybody's maxed out all the artifacts, what's the point of this loop? And I'm struggling to answer that question as well. I feel like I should be able to answer that question, and I can't.
Well, not every single artifact is available
yet.
So they could add artifacts, but the likelihood of them ever going back and revamping something in a timely fashion. So what they could do and what they will do are miles apart.
I know. Yeah. So without additions, which bearing in mind, I think there will be. Well, I know there will be. And I do know what's coming now, which is nice. So I do know what's coming. And I'm just in a position where I'm not 100% certain where this goes in 6 months' time, when everybody's maxed out all their artifacts. So I think it feels very short-lived. Now, again, I know about month 2. They're planning for this to be longer. But they also haven't said that the Transgen loop is going to be a 6-month thing. It's flashpoints that's going to be 6 months, spanning across different areas of the galaxy and blah, 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 blah. So Transgen might only be 2 months. The actual Transgen element of it. Again, we've got to separate the two. We've got to separate those two key things for it to be able to work. To be one of my fastest retired loops. Oh, somebody's laughs. Did anybody hear that? That was somebody laughing like in like 2 houses away, and it was really loud. Really, really loud. Okay, right, I need to send this back out to go kill some bots. What events have we got on? And then we'll go back into that. Because I think we need to talk about how we're going to fix the Transgen loop itself, as opposed to the flashpoints. I've given my opinion on the flashpoints. I think what I've said would fix it. I do. I genuinely believe that it can be fixed. But I fear if they don't fix it this time, for the third run, I feel everybody will give up. We've seen people drop out already and give up doing it. 6 months' time, my artifact building won't even be level 40. Surely it will be. How do we source artifact building upgrade shards? Quiz. Exhibit A. Scotty doesn't help kill the runners. He doesn't. So the new Scotty only works during a Flashpoint event. He doesn't work against anything else. I've had loads of people say, why isn't it working? It's not during a Flashpoint. Who were past like PvP Monday? Yeah. Incursions? Yeah. People give up on this sort of stuff. Big. I messed up, you know. I stopped claiming my artifact gallery upgrade shards by accident. I stopped pulling the bloody standard chest. I stopped pulling the artifact restoration chest, paying artifact galleries. I forgot to collect. I stopped collecting it because I never needed the building to be any higher. And now I'm at a point where I've got artifacts that need my building to be higher to be able to upgrade them. Very irritating. Scotty only works during flashpoints, correct. You read him. If I click the correct tab. Go to right at the bottom. ISO Cascade versus Flashpoint hostiles and Flashpoint invading entities. Now his below deck ability works anywhere. Yeah, his below deck ability works anywhere. But his officer ability only works in Flashpoints. 10,000 who quit in the last month. You see, this is the other thing as well about people saying that loads of people left the game. I know, and again, this is stupidly small because I was talking about it because obviously it's quite a scary number. Now this won't count for all of them. Don't forget the last two types of arcs, Wrath of Khan and this, have been super grindy. Massively grindy. Before Wrath of Khan started, I was running 2 accounts. I can't do that anymore because there's too much for me to do on my main account. So I've dropped it. I've dropped my second account. I haven't played on it since Wrath of Khan started, and that was so grindy. Stewie was nearly the same when I was talking to him, and I can't remember who else it was. Somebody else said they dropped their second account. Some of that 10,000 active players will be second accounts that are no longer being played. Now that's not the point, but I bet the majority of people who've dropped it. That's not in the last month. 10k archived. How long does it take to archive an account? Well, mine's archived now. Mine went. I haven't played on it since Wrath of Khan Part 1. And it's gone. So, not very long anymore. I lost players in my alliance due to all the grinding they needed. Exactly. A handful of people that have said I quit were real. No, I'm not saying... I don't know. I don't know the numbers. I don't know the statistics. I don't know the figures. I have no clue how many people have actually left or how many second accounts have no longer been played. But the majority of second accounts are low ops, no spend accounts anyway. So I don't see it being that bad. I think people are still in the process of, we're really mad, you need to fix it soon. I genuinely believe if the direction of travel doesn't change, there could be some sort of an exodus. Big. There will be, and I know there will be some, but you lose some every arc. So I saw people leave when we lost a player when Deep Space 9 came out. Deep Space 9 was brilliant. And we lost people with that. Yeah, it's madness. And also, Tibbs is making a really good point. When Scopy does a massive push on for streamers to promote the account, I don't mean me. I mean people that pick it up as a. I don't mean me. I don't mean Rev. I don't mean DJ. Anybody that streams on Twitch for the game who are actually long-term players. But these sponsorships, people go in, play the game, and then 6 weeks later it goes. I haven't seen sponsorships for a while. That's big. 10k and 100 servers is not a lot. I agree. I totally agree. This wasn't Star Trek, Scopely would be toast. I actually started STFC as a paid promo on my stream. Really? Think, wow. And that's what they want. They want somebody to stick around, because you've been about for quite some time now. I've seen you quite a bit. But yeah, no, it's big. But I don't think the 10,000 number's as big a deal as it sounds. There's 10,000 out of 250,000. It's a big percentage. But, I mean, I ain't reading into it. I ain't reading into it too much. But I don't disagree. It's not nice to lose anybody, especially when they're... Oh, we've got comp gifts. What are these? Interceptor parts. And a warp token. Haven't we already had them comps? Or am I losing my mind? Hadn't we already had them puts?
I only got one. I did not. All I got was the work token. So I don't know why. Maybe there was another milestone in a battle pass that messed up that they didn't announce that they were going to fix. I have no idea.
Yeah, I agree. Sugar's saying, I'm done with this arc off the Scottish stuff alone. I spent mats for an officer that works once in a while for a crap event. Doesn't work in the loop. I know. Don't forget his below deck ability is okay. Do we announcement? No. None of you. No, I didn't. I knew that the parts are because of a blunder with the battle pass. They forgot to put interceptor parts in a milestone of the battle pass. I knew that was there, but I thought I'd already had that. And then the warp tokens were from the fact that people were recalled from token space this morning during maintenance, because it was a big maintenance, so they pulled everybody back to ships. They pulled out all ships back to base, so people lost a token and lost the ability to mine. That's why we got the token.
Yet they announced that your ships were going to get pulled back. It was an in-game announcement.
It was. But not everybody reads that. Nobody reads that. So, but they comped it anyway. Which, do you know what? Fair play. But I think I've already collected those. I could be going mad. They did warn beforehand, but I think the fact that they warned and still comped it, I'm taking that as a win. I'm taking that as a win. The newest EU server only has 533 players after 3 weeks, so they aren't drawing in new players, but they make a new account, they stick you on an older server first. They have been in the recent past. I mean, when you say newest EU, do you say we got a new server 3 weeks ago on the EU? Didn't know that. Given the mining rates, you could have been in the token space for 2 to 3 days by the time they announced it. 409. Our world's 409. That's interesting. They haven't added an EU server for ages. They've just been repopulating older servers. Quite some time now. They haven't called it not found. That's so clever. They should call 404 not found. I like that. Right, let's go kills. Right, what do I need refinery wise from this list? Let's have a look. 409 is a month old. Wow. That's the first EU server for a while. I don't keep up with that sort of stuff. So we're okay for common. We're okay. This is what I mean. And I don't put a great deal of effort into this because I only care about single pulls. Some people who, apart from for the canisters for me here, I told you about 2 streams ago. Oh mate, you can't expect me to remember something from 2 weeks ago. Not possible. Give me go off the server 404. By eliminating hazards, allow dropships to drop a single currency. Level 62, I can't participate in the dropships even with a max G5. It's not about I'm proud I overcame a challenge. I think I know what you're trying to say. I mean, could we maybe try and help you with some crewing? Maybe? But I mean, like I say, anybody who's at the top end of their generation probably is able. The hostiles are just easy. They're just easy. And they're the easiest. They're easier part of the loop. Send it out with guys and come back. So loud. I know it's supposed to be.
That is loud. That is so loud. Was that a 62 saying that even with a max G5 epic, he wasn't able to hit the lowest end drop ships in the G6? Is that what he was saying?
Yeah. And I agree with you. Okay. That's why, if you play on PC, let's see if I can read your name, I struggle with it. Verken. I'm going to go for Verken. It's like Gherkin. but with a TH. So I'm going to go for Birkin. If you play on PC, don't know if you do. If you play on PC, you can install the community mod. See you later, Max. You can install the community mod, which there is a video on how to do that on my YouTube, and it allows you to see inside bundles so you can check it. I would be knackered without this. They need to add a peek function to everything, because some chests have it, don't they? They have that little eye on them in the faction store. I think all of them should have that, because these up here are useless. Telling me how many forge dust I've got, and I can see raw and uncommon, but I can't see rare. I'd have to fish about in the refinery. It's irritating. It's ridiculous. It's irritating.
But back to the 62 that was having problem with drop ships at his level.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter with the drop ships. You can go. I mean, it's going to take a little bit more grind, but he can go and hit the 60s, and you're going to get the same stuff that the whatever the poop emoji stuff. But yeah, like now if he can't kill the chasers in the lowest system, then that's an issue. But if he's talking the drop ships that during Flashpoint, just go down and hit the 60s.
But the drops are so much different, aren't they?
They are, but they're not like 10x, you know. Like, what is your single pull? Do you remember what your single pull was for
Mine was 24 million.
Okay.
Mine was huge.
So
but,
I don't know what.
So I did milestone 1, milestone 2, and it allowed me to double pull for 2 days and then single pull for 2 days. And I'm talking here about flashpoints. Again, I'll keep reiterating.
Yeah.
Difference between flashpoints and between Transgen loop. Different thing. Flashpoints we're talking about here. Big. But the jump, Breakers just said, I was going to go check it out, saying that the difference between the dropship loot at 60 and 62 is 10x. 10x.
Oh, it is. Okay.
So it's substantial. But you are right. They are not gated. They are not gated like the remainder of the loop is.
Then yeah, crewing maybe. I have a T11 and I didn't go up and hit any in that system. I was just fine hitting the 60s. But yeah, I'm now interested. Next time, that'll be one thing I want to try is can I hit the drop ships up there?
Because I could kill more drop ships than I could the standard chasers. Focused on canisters and containers. Yeah, so canisters and containers are difficult. Now, in terms of crewing for them, the best crew that I've found, and I've played with a fair few of these, is this. If you're running an Explorer, consider putting Scotty on there. What's it called? Spock on there instead. Strange New World Spock instead. But this has been the best crew for me for killing those dropships. I can come up to do you know what? I haven't tried for ages, and I will jump. I don't think I can kill the 68s yet either, but this is still the best one this is still the best crew that I could go in at the moment. Tibbs is saying Pike with GG and then Harrison to kill them quick. We'll try it, Tibbs. We'll try it. Let's see if I can. I haven't tried a 68 for ages. Have to have the correct shit. Yeah, correct. If you're running an Explorer, big. To consider using Spock. Let's have a look. Oh, we can kill that quite easily. Apex barrier. Why would I use Section 31 Georgia? They do have Apex barrier.
Yeah, I was using Pike Harrison, Section 31 GG as my bridge crew. That was my best results.
Yeah, they do. Apex barrier 721 Yeah, they do have it, yeah. They don't have ISO defense. Yeah, they might not have any isolytic defense. Which we can check, can't we? We can look in the here. What am I doing here? I always thought the ISO defense was in there. But no, not relevant. Are we talking dropships or the refinery chasers? Now I'm talking about the chasers. If I can kill these 68s, my issue here with my Borg cube is comes back to hazards, which is the same thing that everybody has to deal with. Oh my god, press the right buttons. I've got 175 out of 300, so I'm still taking 1.25% every 5 seconds. I think it's 5 every 20. But remember, the hazards are there to reduce your grind time. Be thankful. The hazards don't bother me. Hazards don't bother me. But I'm a G6 player. I get why they're irritating people. But you still get 41 minutes. Still get 41 minutes. And most ships, if you're not dying within 41 minutes, I think you should be jumping up a system.
Right. And with the hostile limit on the system and people freezing their chasers, if there wasn't hazards, then in no time flat the system would just be full of chasers that were frozen outside the circle.
Sorry, I'm reading something. Really quick, come back. Remember that thought. Jads, I promise you I'm not ignoring you. I clearly never saw it. I'm very sorry. I have flagged, Jads just mentioned to me, about the 2 missions that require you to reach stage 4 of the IMS. I've asked them just to auto-complete it. Whether they do it or not, we'll never know. But if they don't, then there's something seriously wrong. Unless they make the milestones ridiculously better this week. They're the 2 options. They actually make the event doable this week, or the auto-complete it for everybody. They're the 2 options. They're really the only 2. Sorry, Puts, go on.
So what I was saying was, if there was no hazards and you could just sit there and auto-grind forever, right? People will and people will come in and freeze their hostile because they want to mine or whatever, or it gets hung up. And in a very short time, what you would have is all the hostiles being frozen outside the circle and nobody can hit them.
Yep. Exactly. No, I'm not saying that the hazards don't bothering me. Sorry, Tibbs, I never saw that. It must have just been that particular topic that I never answered questions about, Tibbs. Sorry, I was not doing. No, I agree. Sugar saying, strangely well, Scotty Flashpoint hostile stuff broke me. How did I not see that? I know. No, I agree. And I mean, I said this from the start, that one of the issues with this loop was having hazards in there and having the armadas and stuff in there, the actual number of hostiles that were going to be present within a system. Because when you freeze a hostile, is there any frozen in here? No. When you have a hostile frozen in a system, I said this on week 1. Yeah, I said this. Why do you have that problem in new augment space? There's no mining. People don't. The reason we don't have this problem in augment is because people go up there, they either forget about it and get killed, or they go up there and they grind until their ship dies and the chaser disappears. Temporary. People don't spend hours and hours and hours mining and just leave it there. They don't do it. Congratulations, Les. Well, I mean, I didn't do too bad there on the 68s. Let's see how we did. So we got 3. So got some uncommon canisters. We'll wait until we die and see how many I actually get. I think that's the first uncommon system I've been in. It's quite nice to be where nobody else is as well. I quite like it when there's a system with loads of frozen hostiles and I'm going to do my hostile grind. I just go kill them all.
Yes, I love that. Yes,
Yeah,
I would go up and clean the garbage out. Like, I get mad when there's like 3 or 4 hostiles that are outside the circle. I'm like, oh god, just freeze it inside so I can come and clean it up.
Yeah, everybody should be doing a thing for their server whereby they freeze the hostile, like, inside the circle. Nobody should be trying to freeze it outside the circle. So try and freeze it on the edge. Try and freeze it there, and then you'll be in. Okay, let's see how well we did with that 68. $23k. Didn't feel very good. Good for the fact that I was killing 68s for events, though. I got 4,026. So, yeah, nowhere near enough. So I'm still doing the uncommons in the lower systems because they are much better for me. But the fact that I can come up here and grind for events, how many did I manage to kill? Bear in mind, I didn't actively go kill anyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 6. No, it's not a special feature. It just happens if people try and freeze them too close to the edge. Sometimes they just freeze out there, like in Augment. Obviously, there are. Divan makes a good point. There are other methods of freezing the chaser. Obviously, you can freeze that chaser by sending in 2 ships, a few seconds after the other, and then just warping out the first one. Just make sure the one that you don't need goes in first. You can send in that second ship, and if it does start to chase the ship that you want to keep in the system, just go attack it with the other ship. You can do it with 2 sections. Anorak's worked here. I know loads of people have mentioned it. Anorak's doesn't work on these. Anorak's, I can't see him ever being actively updated to include new loops. He works on the. He's a loop accelerant for the specific loops that he was designed for. Okay, right. Oh god, I thought that was on a Transgen node. It was mining bloody ore. What Scopely would said they would do if you remember. Which Anorak's loot doesn't, but Apex Barrier does. Correct. His officer ability is good. It worked well. Did they Tarpy? I never heard that. So Tarpy's saying that when they made Anorak's, they said that they may change his description to include more stuff. That'd be if they've said that. That would be great.
Yeah, they did say that in the video when he came out. Like, it was something to the effect of like, and it's not just limited to these specific things, and we will add stuff later.
Oh wow! So the Anorak provides chest loot modifiers for variable loot items, whereas a dropship loot is a static value to hostile level. I think he works on some other static stuff. I think he does work on some stuff. That'd be good though. It'd be great if he did. Oh, Puzzle, thank you for the resub with Prime. 5 months. Thank you very much. I've had loads of primes tonight. Thank you everybody for choosing to do your primes here. You can give them anywhere, and you've chosen to do it to me. I hugely appreciate it. Hope he doesn't go back to Philip's tooltips. No. Yeah, soon trademark. I agree. Right, what actual events have we got to do today? So I've got to go do some mirror stuff. But what do you think of my solution? I'd be interested to hear. There's no putsies sort of on it. But what do you think? How do you feel about flashpoints if we did what I said? So I'll just quickly reiterate what I think of as a solution. We quash milestone 2. Milestone 2 disappears. So that milestone 1 literally gets you to the point of where armadas count. This will prevent the leakage of points by people starting their own SMS earlier. They could even put keep SMS 2. Couldn't they? How many people? Yeah. Okay. One's in chat. How many people finished all 4 SMSs? Not the server stuff. How many people finished all 4 SMSs? One's in chat. Okay. How many people tried but failed? I'm not counting people that just ignored it. That's not a valuable piece of data. So 2s in chat. How many people tried? And I mean, put some actual effort in. I mean, you spent a couple of hours at least trying to work on these things, but didn't finish it. 2s in chat.
I mean, I did the first 2 each time, and I have yet to run an Armada because I looked at it and was like, what I do is not going to help.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't think I had enough directive to complete or even do well against the SMS. So I've just been saving. And maybe the 3rd run.
Yeah. Okay, so there was far less 2s there for people that tried and do. So it looks like people were completing the solo stuff. Tappy's saying move the mining and move the Armadas and mining to the front. You can't do that. You can't do that because where do you get the Armada starts from? You can't do that. That's just mad. You can't do that. It breaks that way. You can't do it. So you've got to start with hostiles. Keeping the SMSs, keeping SMS1 and SMS2. What that does is that means that if a good chunk of people complete those first 2, that's gonna complete milestone 1 of the IMS. But happy, that's the dream solution. That it goes to a Crucible style. So the Makala event that we had at the start, whereby day 5 wasn't open yet, but you went out and you did some Armadas, it counted towards it, but you couldn't claim the rewards until they opened. If we could get to that sort of a style for it, that would be amazing. Yeah, that would be amazing. But if they can't do that, we need to force people. We need good shout, Tappy. Put in hostiles in IMS3 as well. Make people that I think, right, okay, I've spent my 4 sets of directives that I've been able to get from my chests. I've spent those. Let me still contribute towards my server's progress by killing some hostiles. Great idea. You can't move mining to first trader. Can't do it. You can't do it. It's daft. And don't forget, stage 4 is not mining. Stage 4 is not mining. It's refining. Which is, to be fair, the one thing that I never mentioned that also needs to change. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. It needs to be. You have we change it from a 4 SMS system to a 3. Sorry, we keep it at 4 SMSs. Can someone just remind me? Was SMS 4 the solo milestone? 4? Shiz has just got it. So the 4th milestone was mining, wasn't it? I thought it was. They need to keep the SMS system the same. I'm okay with the SMS system. And by looking at what people responded in chat, people weren't struggling to complete their SMSs. The IMSs is where the major issues are, which we all already know. We know this is the problem. We know this is issue. Thanks, Tappy. We know this is the issue. We need to put milestone 1 as hostiles because we need the loot. We need to ensure that there is continually going to be an SLB so that people still have incentive once they've finished the 1 SMS to still go out and hit hostiles. That gets you big grinders. That gets them out and gets them killing stuff still to help towards your AMS. Number 2 then needs to be the Armadas. And then 3 needs to be mining. The directive pulls, 1 chest has to equal 1 rare start. 1 pull has to equal 1 rare start with a chance of epics. A double pull has to equal 2 rare starts with a chance at epics. Right, etc, etc. That fixes the loop for me. The loop, sorry, shouldn't say loop. The event. That fixes the event for me. Not difficult. Using a random number generator in any of this crap. Needs to be 1 rare and 1 epic, especially without the scoring is better. Plus, final point. The SMS for correction. IMS for Armadas needs to be reduced. Correct, Happy. Because the thing with IMS 4, if that unlocks for me at 11 o'clock in the morning, I've already pulled all my bundles. Done. Rubbish. So Kevin's saying over on the YouTubes, he's saying for the directives, my double pulls, I always got directives. The one time I triple pulled, 0. That's just such bad luck, innit? That'd happen to me, That'd happen to me. No, that would mean I was reading it off somebody else. Again, all you beautiful YouTubians, if you would do me a huge favour, and just like the stream, that'd be great, and subscribe if you haven't already. That'd be fantastic, please, over on there. And again, anybody on Twitch, anybody that's checking us out for the first time, hit the follow button. That'd be lovely. Looks like a little love heart. Know when we go live, and all that beautiful stuff. It's all free. Thank you very much. I'm not Zek. I was saying that my run of them, obviously we had about 4. I think I managed 4 refines in the time. I managed a double, a single, and a single. And like I say, I finished all 4 of my SMSs. And because of the comp chest, and this is the other thing that actually inflated this, which makes it even worse, Puts. Hear me out here. The fact that we got a comp chest of directives actually has inflated people's ability to score in IMS3. Proving again that IMS3 has to be lowered. Has to be lowered. Make it there. Where's my other? I've got all 3 G6 epics. I'm happy to show you them. I'll show them to anybody. Keep that to yourself though. There's my Enterprise E, cheeky tier 4. And then I'll throw my Scimitar in here. There you go. But that's still just at tier 1. All 3 are there for you. Let's go mine some more. Wait, this is the... Can we see your vengeance? No, you can't.
So, it just occurred to me.
Rev?
So it just occurred to me, like, my suggestion of, well, what if they just not make the armadas available to start until you hit until you're ready for your third stage? They already have the technology, right? Like we do that in with the Saracen invasion. Like those are Klingon whatever something or others when the invasion's not going on. But when the invasion's going on, then they turn into chimeras.
Yeah.
We can, like, they could do that and just have it trigger on the start of that.
I would love it if there was a way to turn the armadas off until you got to milestone 3. That would be good. That'd be great.
Yeah. If
they had a way to do it. But I don't see the need to do it. Can't do that because of stage 3 SMS. I agree. No, they're not going to do it. They can't do it. Yeah, they can't do it. And that's not tech. What we need to think about is how are they going to change scoring mechanics. That's how we're going to fix this event. We don't need that massive change. We don't need to change that. I don't disagree with the idea. Lots of people are saying no, so there must be something fundamental that I'm not thinking of, which is fine. There must be something really easy. You're screwing your entire server because you can't complete your SMSs. I get that. They just need to change it. Just need to change it. And I don't think my plan is too much to ask. But I wanted to get other people's opinion. Do you think that works? Absolutely not, Tappy. You're always welcome. I've told you that. Always welcome. Doesn't matter where people aren't getting anywhere close to finishing IMS3. No, but this is the thing, because so many players will be spending directive outside of when the event is actually live and available to score. I bet you that loads of servers would have finished had they counted from when people finished milestone 1, milestone 2 of the SMS, and then thought, well,
or at least got close enough and you could see like, oh, we're only 20% away.
I'll wait a couple of hours. I'll wait a few hours.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? And people would do that.
Right.
But when you look at it and your server's not finished milestone 1 of IMS 2, you think balls to the wall and I'm just going to go and do it. I'm going to go and do my things.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what I'm saying. So you get rid of IMS 2 Savage, get rid of it, but you keep SMS 1 and 2. Not even a couple of. I think 2 servers did 50% of IMS3. You have a quick look at it a second again. I'll pull it up and show you. Yeah, 2 servers got over 50%. Shout out US 86 and EU 134. Got 57% of the way through. 2 servers out of how many? Is it 114? 114. 114 servers currently. Double the points for stage 1 and 2. Make 1 and 2 harder, I agree. Look at the points requirement for those top servers. Let's compare them to our Stewie. The stage 3 needed 8,472 points. Compare that to my server. Obviously, day 1, and it'll be somewhere near the bottom. We don't do this. Oh my word! Yeah, so it's half what ours was.
Hear me now?
I can hear you.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi.
Talk me through.
Good, how are you?
Talk me through. I think you're going to say because of the SMSs, but just talk me through again why we wouldn't want the armadas to spawn when your server was ready for them. Talk us through that theory, because I think I agree with you, but just go through why.
So all of these have to end before 5 days, right? Or 4 days or whatever it was. What if your server gets to IMS 3 with 20 minutes left? Oh gosh. Hello, turtle.
Tappy's turtle. Lovely.
I am regretting that.
I'm regretting it. God.
Sorry, Tappy.
So yeah, it's okay. So the idea is if your server doesn't get to IMS 3 until there's 20 minutes or an hour left in the total IMS, you're not going to have a chance to finish it either. So I'm thinking if you start IMS 4 with 24 hours left, regardless of the completion of the other 3, you still have to complete all 4 total IMSs, but you're giving the servers 24 hours to be able to do it. And then 1, 2, and 3, people are they're going to get it eventually, that they need to do their armadas when the server gets to the armadas, but it still gives them some flexibility. So only starting or only having the armada show when your server gets there might screw you over more than
Yeah, I agree.
the other way.
That's a fair point. Do you concede to that put so that makes sense?
Yeah, I do.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
No, Tarpy's totally right. Yes, the butterfly effect of not having them available until you reach is the limited time to do what you need to do if you happen to only reach it with a couple hours left in the whole damn thing. Totally get that. I really like her idea of, regardless of where you are in the 4 stages, that stage 4 opens up on the very last day, so that everyone has a 24-hour window to do the pull.
Okay.
Because it's refining, not mining.
Yeah, well, no, but that needs to be gone as well. That needs changing to mining.
Right. I'm saying if they're going to keep it as refining, then they have to be able to give us at least 24 hours to do it, right? But if they change it to mining, that eliminates that issue altogether.
I'm going to say it. It's going to sound bold. The changes that we're proposing here fixes it. I think I'm going to draft this up as an idea, and I'm going to see. I mean, we've only got, Christ Almighty, we've got less than 40 hours before the new one kicks off. I'm going to find out. Obviously, I won't be able to share it with you. I'm going to find out what the changes are. I'm going to find out what the changes are because I know who's doing them, and I'm going to see if anything, because I have given my feedback on this briefly. I think we've had a fantastic conversation. I think we'll be able to do it. Nothing happens before next month. If it doesn't, I fear they've missed the boat. Bearing in mind the things that we're suggesting that need changing don't sound very difficult to me.
Can you add into that list So make the epics, winning an epic 20 points or some large number of points, winning a rare like 15 points, and then hostiles are 1 point each. Just like, I don't mind if they're much, much smaller scoring, but for the people who finish their SMSs or the people who are really pushing for IMS 1 and 2, everybody still has 2 days or 3 days more of grinding for the next pulls of the, I keep reading them as TARP taps, but targ tags. So just letting everyone's efforts still be reflected in the server effort who are still grinding, but it's a much smaller fraction of the total number of points would also really help. Because everybody's still grinding. And it's really hard to keep doing those targ tag grinds when the pulls are so bad if you have no other reason to do them.
Okay, right. Increase.
So inflate the number of points that the epics and the rares are worth, and then make hostiles like 1 point each still.
Pair dropship, yeah? Just to be specific, that we're not saying about going out and killing Borg.
No, yeah, the dropships.
Yep. A point per dropship. I love my idea about removing IMS2.
It would also be simpler for them to code because then they don't need to keep going back and coding whether or not hostiles count as 2 or count as 1 if they just had 1 IMS.
Points per dropship. Epic Armadas. Yeah, agreed with that. Change IMS4 to mining. Change drops from loot chest.
Instead of dropping stage 2, what if they just dropped stage 1 and made stage 1 the really big hostile milestone?
I still think it
So
takes
just
too
double.
long. I still think it takes too long to get to.
Okay. Yeah. No.
I mean,
just
out of curiosity,
here.
can anybody remember around what time IMS1 was finished? I think IMS1 needs to finish after halfway through day 2 at the latest. Give people time to do armadas. What do we think? I think IMS1 should take about bear in mind it's a 4-day event. IMS1 should be finished in day 1. Do we agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
if the majority, again, this needs to go back, and they'll be able to pull this data. They'll be able to pull this. If the average server finished IMS1 by after 12 hours of the event started, then you make the milestone a bit higher. If the majority didn't finish it until after the end of day 1, you make the milestone lower. You know what I mean? So you manage it based on the average completion of that first one. And then you go to day 2, because we need day 2 and potentially day 3 to get through all the armadas. And then, don't forget, we've got then day 4 to do all the mining, plus all the 4+ chain events. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's we have to get rid of milestone 1 in 1. In day 1. It has to be done. We need the majority of servers to be able to finish it in day 1. Tech Raider, thank you for the follow, mate. Thank you. Okay, where was I? 2-1 guarantee.
On your list of pie in the sky, you could say it would be nice if Anorax's captain's ability worked on the chests. Just closing that loop.
Yeah.
That made me giggle. Revisit stuff. What are you talking about?
Well, if they're not thinking about it, they did say they may in the future change his captain's ability. People are having a hard time with that grind, and the main source of loot is from the chests. So having some in-game reflection of being able to get more loot from the chests, we have a mechanic for that, just not directly. Because that was part of it too, right? Is the main loot for those, for most players, is going to be the chests, not how much you can fit in your G6 cargo holds.
Yes, the main loot for the targ tag poop emoji boxes are from the loot boxes, not from the hostel.
Right.
And that does also mean that you're giving up strange new Wales pike.
Yes. So it would be a give and a take. You might be able to hit fewer, but you'd get way more from the chests.
Agreed. There wasn't. Right, what are the changes have we talked about that I haven't documented there? Increased points for rare and epic armadas and and add a scoring metric 1 point per host, 1 point per dropship. Remove IMS 2. Look when the average server completed milestone 1 and base. Type today. Base scoring on this. IMS 1. Keep it consistent. IMS 1 needs to be doable by the majority of servers by the end of day 1. Change IMS 4 to mining. Change drops from the loot chest. Specific for tag. I was going to put tap then. Tags. One chest guarantee. One chest equals guaranteed rare plus chance of epic. Anoraks to work on dropship. What else did we say? Yeah, change IMS to mining from refining.
And if they don't change it, like I get the idea here that a lot of this is based on you have to complete the prior thing as part of their chain tech. But if they don't change the mining to refining, or the refining to mining, to have IMS 4 open for at least 24 hours, regardless of how soon people finish IMS 3. So it might actually drive people to finish IMS 3 with all of the armadas if they see that they have the opportunity to complete 4. So like trying to get, it's exactly what I was saying for not opening the armadas until super late. If you somehow manage to scrape through IMS 3 with 20 minutes left, you have no chance of finishing IMS 4. So then it's like, why do I even try to finish IMS 3?
Yeah.
So
No, that's a very good point. I loved your idea with that, because if you are sitting there and you see stage 4 is already complete and your server hasn't completed stage 3, that will prompt a lot of people that are like, oh, maybe I'll hold back, or that'll prompt people to, I don't know, dare I say, spend maybe to help complete stage 3, because stage 4 is already completed.
Lube, here's a new one.
Yeah.
In the weekly packs, have these be brought in there a little bit sooner, or a $20 pack for directives for these. The only option right now is 50 and 100, and I know a lot of players will not buy anything if it's $50, but do have a track record of buying $20 packs. So if this is going to be something that's offered multiple times a month for the next 6 months, if someone buys $20 a week 3 times, they're making more money than they would if someone bought $50 once.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
So that kind of builds on what Putz just said too, is, you know, it might drive somebody to spend, but you're not going to get somebody who goes from 0 spending to $50, but you might just get somebody to go from $0 to $20. Or heck, 10. I don't know. But like, Did you say remove the 0% chance of directives? Was that in your list of things?
I've put for IMS3 increase points for rare and epic. Change drops from the loot chest for tags. One chest is guaranteed rare plus a chance of epic.
Yes. Or chance of additional rare plus a chance of additional epic. Like every pull, you get one rare.
Yeah.
Lube, did you say that you already asked them to have the missions that require stage 4 to autocomplete?
Yeah.
Or did you say that you were going to?
They've been very, very busy. They've been quite slow to respond, as you. But I did speak to them.
Well,
I can see why.
Yeah. But no, I did speak to a few of them today, and they want this to work. And I think we've come up with a good idea. So, if this happened, let's go pie in the sky. If this is how it ran on Thursday, who would be more encouraged to engage?
Oh, absolutely. Like I think there would be almost no excuse for engagement. And as soon as a server gets to unlock the mysterious next super secret stage, and hopefully the rewards are really great, like word will spread like wildfire, right? Like, yeah.
Okay, so consider segments of the population. So big whales. We'll kind of start from the big end and then kind of filter down to free to play. Big whales, if they see that their server is progressing, are they more likely to spend more money to finish a milestone?
What would? But surely they would be spending. They need to make the SLBs super profitable. That's what's going to drive spending. SMSs don't tend to drive spending, do they? Apart from the heroic SMSs for like officers and bits and pieces. I think there needs to. Yeah, go on.
But an IMS will drive spending if you can get it close enough to where a big whale's going to go, oh, we only need X more. I got this. Hold my beer, right?
Some will, yeah.
So then, okay, so how about moderate spenders? Would this make a moderate to low spender say, oh, I can go grind a little bit more so that I can get the next milestone in the IMS, or so that I can do a refine because I see IMS 4 is open?
There's a common theme here about the rewards being lackluster, going back to the point of why is it even worth doing if you can do it? What do people want from this? We need to. So, do we need to make things like fleet presets cheaper? I know they can't really do that now because people have already spent on it. Do you know what I mean? What would we like to see in the store to make the store more compelling and be realistic?
Usually I'd be looking at chat right now and I can't, because that's a really good question.
What would we like to see? It needs to be worth doing. I agree. It needs to be worth doing.
Slightly cheaper Dechok shards, because I need to go look at it again. Actually, I have my game open. I should go look. It feels like an entire SMS to get not very many. Actually, my event store is closed. The entire SMS to get like one shard.
Has anybody actually looked at him though? And does anybody say? Because again, I pointed this out when I first saw him before he was even launched. I don't, and and there's a couple of people in chat that will attest to this. And I want to see you noticed. I pointed this out. There's a couple of people in chat that you guys don't know that will know this. I had the chalk changed quite considerably. He is far better than he was intended to be. And I mean quite which is
That's depressing.
I know. And the fact that he still doesn't look compelling. Imagine what he looked like prior to the change. I mean, you look at this, right? Common, uncommon, and rare Transgen by 1,000. 7,500 at rank 5. Yeah? That capped out at about 2,000 originally. And the point that we was making was, take a look at this. My building's 34. I'm already at 6,200, 12,900, and 20,000. Pointless. I'm not a whale, maybe a dolphin. I'll never spend to complete an event, especially when it requires others to spend as well for a chance of completing. And you know what? That's a really good point. So it needs to be personally incentivized, doesn't it? But the only point, for me, the chalk, I'd like to get him unlocked to tick a box, but
Yep.
I don't. I put no value.
He's
in
too expensive.
But I put no value. A 3,000% weapon damage bonus below deck. Will I use that? Do you know what? Maybe at max. And maybe use his below deck ability. It's not pathetic, is it?
You know,
it's not pathetic.
I could see if they put something in the store that was like an older prime, that was, you know, like the multi starts, the Armada multiple starts.
Right.
If they put that in there, I mean, that may not entice the big whale, but I don't think that was a prime that was readily like, oh my gosh, a lot of people bought. So I think maybe a lot of people still don't have it, and it's multi-level.
Yep, happy with that. Valor emblems. I bet people would go for that. Do people still need Dolomide?
You could go with a couple of the ships, maybe not the newest ship, like not the Reliant, but anything before the Reliant ship parts, for the last couple GS-31 ship parts.
How about the so they just stuck them in the money store again yesterday, I think. But the rare skins, the new skins they came out with last month as part of the woke arc.
Oh, that's a good shout. Where are they now? Are they in new?
They're just in the money store. They are nowhere else. The
hijack
ones.
Hijack ones.
Yeah, the hijack ones. Yeah, the epic ones are in the cons challengers, which I do hope they run again. Because I like that series. But the rare ones don't have sourcing anywhere yet.
Okay.
And as far as those epics, some people may be sitting on a half unlock. So maybe putting a half unlock, you know, a limited full half unlock in the store.
What about that one? How many people would engage in this for the C12 stasis globe?
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's the hazard.
Right?
Okay, but the thing there though, Lube. So here's something else to put on your list of please make this better, Scopely. Opening the ops cap on that. It's G6 only.
G6 only. Yeah, it is.
So like they would get a lot more sales of that or just engagement in getting towards that if it wasn't G6 only.
I agree, but I would take it even if it was just in there from 661 plus. Because if they don't, because you got to think, if you put it in G5 and below, the whole point of having hazards is gone for everything.
That's true.
This is why
I
don't mind it being G6 plus. I know that I know that's going to be contra to what a lot of people believe. I don't believe that having hazard resistance of up to 200% before you even go in. Bear in mind, it's quite quick and simple to max chaos text because of the great sourcing of the parts. I'm being honest. I think walking into G6 with 200% resistance is too much.
That's fair.
And having it below that. So I'm going to put it on because I think it will be amazing.
That would also incentivize some of the players who are currently looking at, why would I ever go to G6 with the generational spend cap where it is?
Yep.
And say, oh, that would help.
The point of hazards. Hazards was just brought in, and do you know what? I don't mind hazards because it's something extra to think about. It makes things less mundane. It makes you have to strategize and think a little bit more. Which in this case, which forbidden tech am I putting on? Which researches am I going to focus on? I've only got so long. I've got to focus. I've got to do. I don't mind hazards. I never have. I've never bought the prime hazard. I've always gone through the hazard bit free to play. I've just spent it, and I don't mind it. I don't mind it. G5, buy it now. Take it to tier 3 before you need up 61. Good shout, Tibbs. Could do that. I don't know how they're going to cap an FT. I don't think they've done that with anything else. I'm trying to think of easy, quick wins. GS31. Tappy, when's the GS31 free-to-players going to get theirs?
Last week is the earliest for GS31 free-to-play.
Okay. So I'm not...
I built mine 4 days ago.
So I'm not bothered. So I'm going to say GS31 and previous.
Oh, they'll never do this. Solo wave starts. They probably would never actually put it in, but even if you could do...
It's ciphers with a C or an S?
Yeah, it's ciphers with a C.
But the idle grind is part
if they had
it is.
Like 5 every month or something like that app. But do they have a history of having a cap that you can pull for an amount of time? Or just have like an insanely long cooldown maybe, so you can get 5 and then you have like a month cooldown?
You just put a limit. You just put a 7-day limit on it. The 7-day cooldown on it, don't you? You make it like limit 5 with a 7-day cooldown.
Yeah, or 14-day cooldown or something like that, so you can get 5 total a month.
Yeah. Ask Scope to create a CT for G5 and under with 50% hazard resistance. It'd never be 50. Honestly, I think they might do a common with 10. They're never going to eradicate the fact that you've got a 20% hazard and you've got 41 minutes in the system. I think people just need to get over that. I know that's not the answer that anybody wants. I think people just need to get over it.
Again, I revert back to what I've been saying since this arc started. Be careful what you wish for. If there's no hazard resistance for G4 and G5 players, and with G6 players coming down and using the nodes as well, it becomes a parking lot.
Yeah, I mean, and I would never do it, and I never have done it. I'm not dismissing your ideas. I'm not doing it. I just don't think it's a big problem. When I say get over it, I don't mean that in a horrible way. I just mean it in a sense of it's not that bad.
The solution is worse than the problem.
I agree. 41 minutes is not bad. 41 minutes is not bad. And that's my opinion. You're entitled to disagree. I'm always open to criticism, feedback. I always am. But that's my opinion.
About a EXO, and I know they're kind of going crazy on the EXOs right now, a hazard resistance EXO. Okay. So this is another way they could make... Okay, so going back a couple topics, how could they entice people to want to finish the IMSs? One thing that I said was at the end of every IMS that you finish, you get 5% hazard resistance as a server. So G6 would not shake a stick at a lot of G6 anyway, the ones without the hazard prime and Op 69 and down would not say no to an extra 5% hazard resistance for finishing an IMS.
No.
So then if that was just an EXO that was auto-activated at finishing IMS 3, for example, and you got to keep it for a week, or you got to keep it for the rest of that flashpoint, or a month or something like that, like give us an incentive like that, and I think people would go after it.
And the good thing is, because it's got its own type of hazard, it could just be, so it's not going to affect anything else in the game. It can just purely be for that one particular hazard type.
Yep.
5% is 2 minutes. No. It takes 25% of the damage off 20%.
So it could also be 5% per IMS, and it would last however many days. So it's like, okay, you have an incentive at really low ops, anybody who's G4 or G5, to really grind this out and do the best you can, because if you have a few days of 0% hazard, you exist in that system for as long as you'd like with no hazards, and then it goes back when the next flashpoint starts and you have to do the work again.
And Null's making a good point. If you make any kind of hazard resistance for these, then you're forced to add more nodes to compensate for the fact that I see it on my server now. My server never did this prior to merge. It had gone years ago. People are having survey ships sat next to nodes to swap over and to exchange. People are holding nodes for days now. You know what I mean? And, and they're not going over cargo. They're managing the cargo limits, which is fine. You know what I mean? But prior to merging, I never saw it, and it could be just down to the fact that there was always a free node, and we've gone from a server with 1,800 people to 3,000 people. We almost doubled our population, which is potentially why that's there. But I'm just of the opinion that that was a really, really good point that somebody made, that by adding more resistance to it means more people are in there at any one time. I don't think hazards for I don't think hazards are the issue here. I think we're making an issue out of something that isn't there. I think for G6 Plus, I think we need stasis globe. I think we need that, because especially for these which are 300, 400, 500%, especially if you're a 62, you're a 63, you're a 64, you're a 65, all the way up to 67, 68, your ability to get hazard resistance is still relatively low, especially for the ships that you want to be using. You want to be using your Borg cube at 66 plus. Resistance is garbo. Absolute garbage. Pants. I mean, you think my hazard resistance is... If I show you mine, my base hazard resistance on my miners is great. I can come in here and what's my resistance? 355 base. Because I've got the stasis globe. It's brilliant. My cell key is 300% base. 300% base, and that hasn't got the CT on it. Look at my ball cube, 175. Pants.
Yeah, so this is why I said an EXO that would have it like
just something.
Its,
yeah. But
expiration date, like 5% for a few days would make the grind easier. Or maybe if you get through IMS 1 and IMS 2, your targ tag loot doubles. Like, just have a carrot at the end of every one of the IMSs to make them want to do the next one.
And what's the great thing about Exos? What have we got in Exos? We've got technology within Exos and within Syndicate that is brilliant. Scalability. It can scale with a generation. And I really like that. Why I find what I need?
They're not permanent. I do like Exos because they're not permanent. Tarpy's on the second here. I mean, if you do 5%
for an hour,
hazard,
an hour and a half.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. But like, if you do it just like this event is 4 days long, right? Maybe make it so where you get a 5th day, right? You get one extra day of, and you get 5%. Maybe the next after the next stage, like she was saying, your loot doubles on certain hostiles. After the 3rd one, maybe you get more hazard resistance. Not totally eliminating hazard resistance by the end. Maybe a maximum of 10 or 15%, so that there's still a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. I still think you need to die. I still think you need to die. Yeah.
Can someone clip that, please?
I still think you need to die. But yeah, I agree. Someone was just asking quickly about the stasis globe. It goes up to 200% base. 200% base. Big. That's really decent, and it scales quite well. It goes up every single time that you tier it up. So it's big. Even at like where have I got mine at now? Mine's at currently tier 8, 120% base on it. Fantastic. We have an event exo slot now. We do. Not die in 5 minutes. Nobody dies in 5 minutes apart from in G6. And G6 have tools to be able to combat that. Nobody dies from hazards G5 and below.
Yeah, you do. Isn't that the whole thing that kills you in those systems if you lose your chaser?
Not in 5 minutes.
No, the idea with the 5% is you get 5 more minutes, which is 5 more hostiles, which is one less trip you have to do over time.
Sorry, I must have misread the comment. I thought somebody was saying that they was going in and dying within 5 minutes. I had this argument with somebody unofficially, called me a shill for telling him that he survived 41 minutes in G4. He said he didn't. He said he lasts 10 minutes tops. I said, were you killing hostiles? He said, yes. Well, I said, well, they're also killing you. So it's not the hazard that's killing you. I must have had this debate with this guy for about 20 minutes. But yeah, I just genuinely believe. And no, Patrick, Ozzy Osbourne did die today. Very sad. He did. I'd say it again. He did get to. He did well to get to 76, didn't he? Did anybody used to watch the Osbournes? I think it was on like. I think it was on like MTV. It was fantastic.
My brother made the promo for that.
No way.
With Jack Black. Yeah.
Oh, it was brilliant. At least it's better than 2 minutes from another CC's.
It couldn't last 2 minutes.
Yes. Couldn't last 2 months.
What would that be?
I wonder. Oh, thanks, Burton. Burton's clipped the fact that I still think you need to die. Brilliant.
Thank you.
And that's where I'm at with it. I think we can fix this. I love our list. How long does your G5 epic last with a 100% hazard? So if you've got no hazard resistance, you're going to be losing with a 100% hazard. We can work that out really easy. So there's a 100% hazard here, which means that is 100%. Yeah, taking 4% damage every 20 seconds. So how many of them have you got? You've got 25 lots of 20 seconds.
I will tell you this, it's long enough for me to hit at least 10 or 15 miners and steal all their cargo before I go splat.
8 minutes, 8 1/3 minutes. Field repair for the cube. I'm happy with that.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a really good one. What I want to do is I don't want them to change the event so that the event is doable. But there's no point in doing it. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. To make the juice worth the squeeze, people have to want to do it. And the only reason people will want to do it is if the rewards are good enough. Augment skins, got that, Zendia. Did I actually write that in there? Hijack skins, got it. Yeah, got it.
Planetary?
Got that.
The away team currency.
Planetary charts.
The
starting materials, or do you mean the crest, the Pioneers crests?
I would say Pioneers crests, but because I think they have the charts thing kind of worked out, but I'd go with what chat says on that because I'm fine.
Yeah, me too, but it's not about me. I'm alright too.
Maybe speed ups for G6 for the away teams.
Great.
Or just speed ups. Heck, speed ups.
Remember,
Sigma speed ups.
If you make it the starts for the priority ones, that we have a max cap of
5K.
Yep.
5K.
Yeah, 5K.
So
Make people manage their cap. That's why it's like that. But lube, Sigma speedups.
Yeah.
For G6. I would grind so much stuff for more speedups.
How many people that have even finished their reputation still spend and make it a point to try and get into the MU as much as possible to go grind out 15-hour speedups? Loads of people. Yeah. Loads and loads of people in upper ends of G6. Obviously, I know that's a G6 thing. That's not going to help everybody. But again, how many G4 and G5 players still struggle for speedups? I don't know what the grind's like down there anymore. What's the grind like for normal speedups? G5 accounts to have a huge stockpile saved. Brilliant.
For repair speedups, we're fine. But for building and research speedups, you're probably dipping into Latin.
Right, okay.
Almost forever.
Even in G5. Right, okay. I do 2 MU runs a day for speedups. I would grind in this event for speedups.
I would love if there's a pie in the sky. Like, I don't know how you're presenting this. Like, here would be the baseline of what we want. Here would be the best case scenario. But best case scenario is not a chance pull for repair speedups in G6. I don't know, and I don't know if chat's going to disagree with me with this, but I don't know any G6 players after maybe Op 62 that are low on repair speedups.
No, and I will illustrate that for anybody that's not G6. Repair speedups in G6 are ridiculous. They are a joke. You look at my repair speedups here. So currently for Sigma, I've got 46 15 hours. I've got 111 12 hours, 424 8 hours, 515 5 hours, 2,708 3 hours, 7,000 plus 1 hours, and then tens of thousands of these smaller denominations. Yeah, we don't need... If they put repair speedups in there, it'll be laughed at.
Here's a cherry on top. And again, Cuts pointed this out for us earlier. We don't actually know what the rewards are for those last couple of events from the chain tech, but...
Yeah. IMS 4 plus, we're going to call it, but yeah.
Put a build speed bonus as one of the exos. If you reach it, so say IMS 3 has a build speed exo, most of these flashpoints are going to overlap with a Saturday Sunday spend event. And if it means that I can get through to and through IMS 3 to get a 5 or 10% build speed exo, I think people in G6 would do that.
I don't disagree. So similar to incursions. You win incursions, it pops the exo for like research and bits and pieces.
Yeah. And Tarp, you mean net? So that's got to be like a 400.
Yeah, like something that makes it so I have a few fewer 15-hour speedups I need to grind, or that the ones that I have ground go further, because Scopely is expecting me to grind this stuff and not grind other stuff, because this is active grind now. So give me an incentive to not have to grind, not feel like I have to go grind the other stuff that I'm forgoing to do flashpoints.
Got you.
So a build speed up exo.
That'd be big. Well, which is a non-use it when you like version of getting speed ups, isn't it? It's saving your latinum and saving your speed ups. Like it.
And if it's if it's generationally relevant, so if they say, G4, G3, G4, G5, whatever, get this amount, G6 gets this, it also furthers their goal of getting people to progress more consistently.
I don't disagree. at all. Sanguinata said that they would grind for a 400-500% build speed exo, even if it was only short for a 5-10% nest. That would be great. I guess I wonder, I thought the research XO, build XOs just sped up the timer, not the actual reduce the total time. Is that wrong? So the way that the building XOs work is they will only work on new builds and researches that you start while the XO is active. So for example, you can see that I've got a building here that's got 6 days and 13 hours left. If I pop an XO now, that will not reduce. But if I finished a build, popped the XO and then started it, that timer would be lower, and you don't lose progress if you don't complete it while the XO is still running. Whatever the timer was when you pressed start, with the reduction granted from the XO, you will maintain that until the building is gone. So you don't feel like because the XO is running that you've got to speed it up and finish it.
Which is unlike like the protected cargo XO, which when it runs out, you, even if you're out into the system, you will lose that extra protected cargo.
Oh really? I've never seen
Is that true?
I've never even popped one.
Wow. I didn't realize those were that bad.
No, me
I just knew they weren't functional percentages anymore.
No, me neither. Benny Hill, I've added them. I saw you ask first. I saw you ask first time, buddy. Atsuma, thank you for the 10 stream streak. That's lovely. Thank you. I want to say I think we've thrashed it out. I will send our feedback in. What changes? Obviously, I'm not going to say this is what it's going to look like, but I think we've done really, really well. I think we've done really, really well there, coming up with an idea. A huge thank you to Tapi and Puts, obviously, for being involved in this. It's always better than sat here talking to myself, so thank you. Massively appreciate it. We are going to raid out. Tapi, Puts, have you got anything that you want to add that we haven't already put in? Anything else that you want to be putting in extra? Anything that we haven't talked about?
I think if we get even a quarter of those things, it will make this drastically better.
Agreed. We've got. You agree, Puts?
My bottom line is the ATA stage 3, stage 2, whatever you want to call it, needs to have 36 to 48 hours to really accomplish, and the milestones, or however the permutation works out, it really needs to be, you know, the average server needs to be at least a milestone 3 so that it gives a carrot, right? Whatever, you know, that it makes it look like it's good. Yeah.
And Rev said he's giving the exact same feedback, and I agree. I agree with him. If it's coming from multiple, hi Silvers. If it's coming from multiple sources and they're getting the same feedback, you know what I mean? Bearing in mind, I don't catch loads of the US guys like Rev does. I catch probably a lot more from this side on the EU. I think that if we're getting it from all different angles with the same message, that cannot be a bad thing, can it? That really can't be a bad thing if we're getting it from both angles. That's tremendous. Is anybody on that anybody wants to raid? Because nobody that I follow is on. Playing STFC. Is there anybody? It just seems a shame to lose all you beautiful people to another game or to something else. Is there anything that anybody? Is there anybody that anybody wants to raid? Rev, have you got anybody? Any of your beautiful people? Anybody on? Because all the people playing STFC look like they're all thingy. I have friends that aren't playing STFC. Yeah, of course it does. I just want a recommendation. If nobody's playing STFC that's not a sponsored stream, I'm more than happy to. Who's on? Text guy said it means that they're hearing it from multiple streamers. It means even more if they actually listen. I agree. Carnage the Great. Let me go have a go at this. Let me see if I can find it. Search. Carnage. Found it. Oh, he plays marbles. Hey, we all love that, right? Okay. We're gonna I hope you do actually know these and we're not going somewhere random. We're gonna raid out to Carnage the Great as a recommendation there from Juicy. Thank you so much to everybody for being here. Thanks to everybody that's resubbed, everybody that's subbed using Prime. I massively appreciate it, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you so much to Tapi and Puts for being here. I think it made a really interesting conversation, and let's hope that this next run is better. Or if it's not better, that we've got promises that the run after that, they've had time to actually make a load of fixes. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day. And remember that absolutely everything better will. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
See that? You never know who's listening, Joker. You never know, right? You never know who's listening, right? Hey! Hey, Miss Mary Cherry in the building. Hi, good to see you. How you been? How you been? What? Wait, hang on. Wait, what? Yo, what? Hey, hi everyone. What? Welcome. Wait, hold up.